Everyone knows Spyke, right? The little dragon, Twilight's assistant. But what if I tell you that behind that smile, there is a dark secret that not many people know about? Maybe Spyke carries a story deeper than what it seems. Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie, and today I will investigate everything about Spyke, revealing things from his first designs until the challenges and struggles that he faced throughout the series. If you love Spyke as much as I do, leave a like in this video already and comment which is your favorite episode with him. And let's get going to unveil this dark secret that he hides. Spyke passes through a notable evolution since its first concept arts until the character that he is today and that we know and love. In the first concept of G4, Spyke was made in a simple way, thought to be just a funny mascot to Twilight Sparkle. His design was more roundish, with more kid-like traces and a personality that mirrored his secondary role. But as the series gained form, the creators realized that Spyke could be much more than just an assistant. The design evolution of Spyke is a reflex of his character development. Initially, he was seen as a comic relief, the baby dragon, that contrasted with Twilight's seriousness. But as the seasons passed, Spyke grew in complexity. His role in the series evolved to be a mediator, someone that, although is really young, for many times acted as the voice of the reason among the main six. Not to mention his physical changes, like the wings, that I'm sure were a surprise to many of us. But even with his development, Spyke still was frequently treated as someone less important for the show. His struggle to be acknowledged by both the characters of the series and the fans became a central part of his narrative. Have you ever felt that Spyke deserves more recognition? Leave your opinion in the comments. Although he is an adorable character, Spyke faced many judgment and challenges that few other characters faced. One of the most remarkable moments that this becomes evident is in the episode All's Well That Ends Well, where Spyke feels the weight of insecurity when he believes that he is being replaced by the owl Owlicious. This episode is a classic example about how Spyke sees himself as someone who is easily disposable, a belief that torments him throughout the whole series. And even though for Twilight it is obvious that he is her family, in this episode it makes clear that Spyke doesn't see it that way. Another emblematic episode is Dragon Quest, where Spyke goes on a journey to find more about his own species. In this episode, he faces the prejudice of other dragons that despite him from being raised by ponies. Spyke, who is always proud of being loyal assistant and a dedicated friend, is forced to deal with rejection and despise by his own kind. This experience leaves a deep scar in him, because it reveals his internal struggle between his life as a dragon and his life as being friends with ponies. This episode doesn't just show the external struggles that Spyke goes through, but also his internal struggles. It's basically like he felt like he was an intruder all the time, with the ponies and the dragons. He frequently finds himself in positions where he feels like he has to prove his value, for both others and himself. And this raises the dark side of the character, the constant feeling of belonging nowhere and the fear of being rejected by those who he loves. Now that we have explored the challenges and struggles that Spyke has been through, let's see some curiosities that you probably didn't know about him. This information reveals many aspects about the character that show how much more he is than what he appears to be. Kathy Weiseluk is Spyke's voice actor, someone that brought much deepness to the character. His voice was developed to be a young and energetic tone, capturing the essence of a clever boy, but with a maturity that goes beyond his juvenile looks. The objective was to create a character that could be both funny and real at the same time, giving the innocent vibe of a baby dragon with the wisdom of someone who have lived many adventures. Spyke was hatched by Twilight during her admission exam in the School of Magic of Canterlot. This event didn't just mark the start of Twilight's journey as a magic student, but also established a connection between both characters. Spyke sees Twilight as a mother figure and at the same time as an older sister. This relationship between both of them is pivotal for the development of both throughout the series, reinforcing Spyke's role as one of the most loyal characters to Equestria. Spyke isn't just some assistant. consistent. He is a character in constant growth. In episodes like Secrets of My Excess and Gauntlet of Fire, they portrayed Spyke dealing with his identity crisis and proving his value. In the first one, he faces greed, a common dragon trait, which almost transformed him into a monstrous creature. In the second one, Spyke takes part in a dangerous challenge to become the new Dragon Lord, showing his bravery and intelligence by winning the respect of his kin. The importance of Spyke goes beyond just being a loyal assistant. He played a vital role in diplomacy among ponies and dragons, something that becomes evident in the episodes like Mode Down. In this episode, Spyke goes throughout its mode, a developmental stage for dragons where he gets his wings, symbolizing his growth and independence. This transformation is a mark in Spyke's life because it represents his transition from a secondary character to someone with proper responsibilities in Equestria. Besides those curiosities, there are many subtle details about Spyke that can pass unnoticed, but that contribute to his complexity of a character. For example, he is the only main character that isn't a pony, which by himself puts him in a unique spot. Spyke is frequently in the middle term between the main six, being the voice of reason in many situations. But at the same time, he deals with the constant fear of being underestimated and get cited. What about you? Did you know all these curiosities? If you did, then comment down below which one of them is your favorite, and if you didn't, tell me which one surprised you the most. And now that we understand more about who Spyke is, let's dive a little deeper into the dark secret that he hides. Throughout the series, Spyke shows an inner strength that is underestimated for many times, but he also bears the height of an immense insecurity. This insecurity is fed by the way that others look and treat him. A clear example of this is in the episode Inspiration Manifestation. In it, Spyke, fearing that he will disappoint Rarity, lies to her about the effects of a spell. This situation gets out of hand, resulting in terrible consequences. This episode reveals how much Spyke is willing to hide his own emotions and act against his own principles, not to disappoint the ones that he loves. This attitude of always putting others in the first place, even though it costs him his happiness, shows a sad and dark side of Spyke, the fear of not belonging. Another aspect of Spyke's life is his solitude. Although he is always surrounded by the main six, Spyke sees himself as an outsider. He is the only dragon in a world of ponies, and this difference isolates him, even though he rarely expresses that. His journey to find its own identity, like in Dragon Quest, is a journey not only for his roots, but also for a feeling of belonging somewhere that he never had. This solitude just gets worse by the fact that Spyke, despite all his contributions, rarely is treated the same as his friends. He is frequently seen as his assistant, the helper, and this reinforces the feeling of not being important. This constant feeling of not belonging is a true dark secret that Spyke hides. The intern struggle to be recognized and valued for what he is rather than what he does to others. But anyway, Spyke is one of the most complex and fascinating characters of My Little Pony. His story, filled with struggles, problems, and a constant search for acceptance, show that he is much more than just Twilight's royal assistant. He is a character that faces many obstacles that many other characters don't have to. His fight to find a place in the world that doesn't seem to be made for him is a powerful theme that resonates with many fans. But there is an important lesson that we can take out of Spyke's journey. It doesn't matter how little or insignificant someone may feel. Everyone has something to offer. Spyke may be the shortest among his friends, but he repeatedly proved that he is an essential part for the group. Being helping Twilight to save the day or facing his inner demons, Spyke always finds a way to show his importance. So the next time you watch My Little Pony, pay attention to Spyke's little moments. Observe how he navigates his own insecurities, how he struggles to be part of something, and how at the end he always manages to find his true strength. He can be a small dragon, but with his heart filled with bravery and determination, he is bigger than anyone in his way. And now that you know more about the dark secret that Spyke hides, what do you think about him? Maybe you think that this inner fight makes him one of the most interesting characters in the show? Leave it in the comments and tell me what you think about this new perspective of Spyke's personality. Oh, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching till here, and hasta la vista!